Look at that, folks. At least you can see the concrete floor. This place was a complete disaster. And I found more tools than I even knew I had. These pack rats had packed it in every corner, up in the attic, behind plywood. I mean, they had stuff everywhere. Still got this stuff on the table I got to do something with right here. But got everything halfway organized anyway, and found a bunch of stuff. But I'd seen something on Instagram this morning. It was a little brush puller. So you're pulling roots and all up. We've got yaupons that grow around our fruit trees and oak trees and all that's, you know, just, you can't, if you cut them off, they come right back. So what I want to do is just pull them up by the roots. And this little, what I got right here is just a little jig just to hold this stuff square while I tack it together. And I know y'all looking at my ground wire right there thinking, man, what is he doing? Believe it or not, I used to weld. This little machine right here, though, is, it's old and struggling. So y'all just bear with me. This is not going to be the most beautiful thing in the world, and I'm not saying that I'm the best welder. I'm not. So it may look a little rough, but as long as it works, I want y'all to see how this thing works. This is so cool. So cool. I'm just hoping it'll work. Hey, y'all hang in there and let's see how it turns out. I'll try to keep y'all posted on what's happening as I step by step do it. All right, folks. I know it ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but I'm working with what I got. This is just some scrap stuff that I had laying around, and it was either the 1 inch by 1/4 inch angle or 2 inch by 1/4 inch, and I didn't want to have a forklift or hire somebody to help me carry this thing around, so I'm making it as small, as lightweight as possible so you can just carry it around, pull a bush, and then go to the next one. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole through here, put a grade 8 bolt, as big as I can get it without jeopardizing the strength of this little 1 inch stuff here. And it's going to pivot on that. So you're going to crush the harder you pull on this handle, I'm going to put a wooden handle or something like that right here. So the harder you pull on that, the more force you're putting on that bush down there. And you're pivoting on this. So you're popping it up. The longer the handle, the more force you're going to be able to put on it. So you're going to pivot on this, and it's just like a crowbar. It's just going to pop that sapling right up out of the ground. So let me get this handle on it. I know it looks a little rough, but, well, pretty rough. But we're going to see if it's going to work, and then I'll polish it up, make it look good. Y'all hang in there. We're going to pull something up with it anyway. All right, there we go. There we go. I got an oak handle, some of that sawmill stuff, and I just rounded the edges with the grinder, smoothed it up a little bit. I did sharpen the bottom side of these just a tad, not much, these knives right here, and then that way, you don't want them super sharp because it's just going to cut that tree in half. You know, because you're pinching on it so hard, it's just going to cut it in half, so. And also put your lock nut on here because let me tell you, it'll loosen up. Every time you open the jaws of it up, it'll loosen it up. But y'all see what's going on up there. Little sharpen. Blunt too, so it's not cutting, you know, you're not cutting through the tree, you're actually grabbing the tree and pulling it up. And I always sharpen it from the bottom. That way you're, you know, if you sharpen it on the top and the bevel was this way, then it would be more apt to slip. It's like a chisel like that. It cuts into the tree and then you can pull it out. But I've been pulling up all kind of stuff with it and it works like a champ. So I'll give y'all an example. I got a little bitty fella right here. I'm gonna get you a big one in a minute. I just want to show you. I mean, no effort at all. Pulls this thing up. I mean, just pops it up. No more clipping them off and then cutting them later. You can pull it up by the roots and then you're not, you know, you take a saw or something, cut it down, and then you'll be doing it again. But look at that. So simple. I think I got like a 40-inch handle on this one. I guess if you built something heavier duty and bigger, you could probably do it with you know, you could pull up some pretty good sized stuff. Let's see if we can't find y'all a good one. I got plenty of them. All right, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Hold the phone. And then if you don't get it all the way up, you can re-grab. Go down lower. Look at that. That's wild, ain't it? No, I wish Goodness, I had one of these. I built one of these years ago. This is a good one right here. Look at this. That's a good one. See if they'll snatch this one up. It breaks it loose, and then you just reach and grab it and just snatch it up. That's wild. Got another one right here. If I could put the phone down and use both hands, it would just make life a lot easier, but I wanted to show y'all. And I apologize if you get used when you're doing this. Get it on there. Look at that. Isn't that wild? I don't know how I ever made it without it. Yeah, folks, somebody sell these things right here. I'm trying. This one's been cut off before. I can see where I've cut it before. I can get my knife in there. Let's see if I'm on it. No, I ain't on it. I'm hitting something. A root or something in there. I'm not getting on it at all, but it's still pulling it up. Look at that. Pull up the, and then you can just re-grab it. If I can get these honeysuckle vines. Pulling up the ladder, jumping off. Look at that. That's crazy, isn't it? Let's get another one. One hand, y'all, one hand. Look at this. Grab. Go again. Alright, so let me give y'all the specs on it. Let me come out here and open mine. The jaws, these pieces right here are 4 inches. These are 6. This is 9. This piece right here is 9. And I don't know what I did the little flat shoe on the back. I just gave it something. You get what, 7 inches or something by, what's it, 1.5 inches, 2 inch, something like that. 40-inch oak handle. And this is probably about 16 from here down. I don't know how I have ever lived without this thing. I have sat out here and pulled, you know, manually pull this stuff up. This is the only way to do it. Look at that. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I have just come up with something right here that is, I didn't come up with it, but I took an idea that somebody else had and improvised, of course. Didn't make it anywhere like theirs, but it works just the same. Isn't that wild? Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Appreciate y'all.